Hey, call me Shape Playboys. I'm back. In this video, I'm reacting to a Kendra G video. Before I get into the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. We're going straight like this. Help us reach 10,000 subs, okay? So this video is titled Divorce Mama 4 Desires an 8-Figure Man. Let's get right into it.
Sean, you ready?
Arrogant.
Hi. Hi. Are you ready, boo?
I'm ready.
Is your name Sean? Where are you calling me from?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. How old are you?
36.
36. What you do for a living?
I'm a consultant and I'm a student.
Consultant and a student. Do you have any kids?
I have 4.
How old are your 4? I would never think you would. I would have never thought you have 4 kids.
I do. My oldest son just graduated high school this week.
Okay.
So.
How old are your 4 kids?
My oldest is 18. And then I have a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, and 6 years old.
Are they all by the same man?
No, I was married twice. 3 is from my first marriage, and my youngest is from my second marriage.
Okay. And when did you get divorced last?
2019.
Okay. And you're in San Antonio, Texas. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini, May 26.
Okay. So we got Shaw, San Antonio, Texas, 36, Gemini. She has mom of 4 kids by 2 men. Was married twice. So you were married both of your children's dads.
Yes.
Okay. And she's a consultant and a student?
Yes, I'm in graduate school right now.
Okay. You got beautiful skin. Let's get into this.
What
kind of man you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a man who's stable, who's happy, and who is ambitious.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
If he has children and he's never married, the baby mom, that's a deal breaker for me. And if he can't afford to live the life that I can live.
If he can't afford, ooh. So what amount of money would it take to afford the life that you live?
He has to make at least 150K.
Okay. He has to make at least 150K. Okay. Ooh, Shaw, you know that's big money, Shaw.
Not necessarily.
Woo! Let it be known. Okay. So you got to make at least 150K. So just for clarification, if you made $80,000, don't DM you.
No.
Woo! The ladies tonight ain't biting their tongue. They being direct. I don't know if this something in the water, child. Because the women coming on my show, clear, ain't stuttering.
We have woken up. So I think it's important. I think for a long time, women have just accepted what they felt like they could get. And many of them could have gotten more had they actually been. It's like, back in the day when they said, if people knew that they were slaves, a lot more of them could have been freed. Black women have woken up at this point. We know that we can do better than what we've done in our past. And so that's what we're going for.
So I'm assuming both of your ex-husbands made 150K or more.
No, neither of them did. I married young. I married at 19 or 20. And we met in college, and neither of us at the time had money. We were young. I had 3 kids. Well, I became a mom to 3 kids in 1 year. My oldest son, I adopted him. And then I gave birth to my 2 biological kids next in line. And so, no, he didn't have a lot of money at the time. Now he does very well for himself. He's older. And I'm not looking to date someone who's in their young 20s. So I would expect that any man who reaches out to me, he has also done well for himself at this age.
Okay. Shaw, this is going to be said, so I'm going to let you respond to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're going to say, you were married to 2 men, had children by 2 men who didn't make 150K. And now you're a mom of 4. Granted, they're not that young. Your kids are 18, 14, 13, and 6. Now you're a mom of 4, and you want the next man to, I guess, in so many ways, make more income than the men you were married to and had children by. So what's your response to that?
Well, it would be foolish for anyone to have the same standard they had at 18 years old when they're 36. I don't know. That's kind of a nonsensical question for the people who would ask that.
Oh, they're going to say it. Absolutely, this is going to be said. Mm-hmm. This is why I wanted you to respond to it.
Yeah. It doesn't make
So
sense. Like, why would I go for this? Why would I have the same standards when I'm 18 as I would have when I'm 36?
let me speak from, I guess, that mindset. And that mindset, when I read the comments, and I've been doing the show for 4 years, basically a man that makes 150K, do you want to get married again?
I would like to.
Okay, so it will be a man that will have to accept you and your 4 children, essentially.
Yeah.
So the message.
And she says that like, oh yeah, like it's nothing. It's a big deal. Okay? She says, why would she want less when she's older? Okay? So she thinks her standards should improve as she gets older. But the reality of it is like, what about men? See, no one thinks about what the man wants. People treat high value men that make 150K, like if you could find them at the grocery store on the shelf. Like you just throw them in your cart and walk outside. No, we don't grow on trees. We're not found on aisles. We have to want you too. And I know a lot of people talk about equally yoked. How is her, she's a single mom of 4, and a man that makes 150K equally yoked? It doesn't make any sense. So look, I'm all for her raising her standards, but what about the man that makes 150K raising his standards? What about that?
The mindset is, why would a man who makes 150K, potentially marry a woman that has 4 kids, and her baby daddies or her ex-husband, because you were actually married, they didn't even make that requirement. So why, as a man that I have it, should I align myself with that? That's
Well,
what I see in the
two
comment
things.
section.
I understand two things. One, why would the man compare himself to someone that I chose when I was very young? That doesn't make sense because they're not his competition. And two, why wouldn't that man want me? Why wouldn't he want me? Look, let me speed this up. This is the let me do the
Let
Kendrick
me
Cam.
do. Let me do the Kendrick Cam now. Wait, move back a little bit. She said, "Why would a man want?" Ooh,
I'm
okay.
fit. I'm gorgeous. I'm intelligent. I attend Harvard University. I I'm very successful in my own right, especially because I have 4 children. And I'm also not looking for a man who doesn't have children. I would prefer that the man has already been married at least once. It would be great if he has a small child because my youngest daughter is 6 and she's kind of like, even though she's not a single child, my oldest son goes off to Howard in the fall. My youngest son is at one of the top junior college preparatory boarding schools in America. So he doesn't live with me. My other daughter, she's going to be headed off soon. So it's really just my baby girl who's with me. I would love if I could meet a man who also has a small child that I can be a mother to as well.
I was going to ask that question. So there's not an expectation that this man has to financially provide for your children.
I provide for my children.
But I guess what I'm saying is, if you got married, is there expectation for him to financially provide for your children in any way?
There would be an expectation for him to provide for the household as I also provide for my household.
Okay. You got some paid questions, girl. You know you got some paid questions, girl.
Let's get it going.
Now, for just move a little bit. You're so close to the middle. Go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Get it done, said Kendra. Ask her what her requirements would have been hadn't she married twice with 4 kids.
I would have looked for a man who didn't have children, and probably who had not married yet. I think for me, this is just my opinion, I believe that people who don't have children already and people who have never been married, they should mate together. So that you can have a lot of those first experiences with someone else who's also going, having those first experiences. But I've had that. I've been there, done that. I've been married twice. I have my children. I don't want any more biological children. So I prefer a man who's looking for a ready-made family. I would like for him to already have a family so that we can come together and, make shit shake.
Woo, make shit shake. All right. Ma said, I'm sure as a consultant, she makes around 150K. So if that's what she's asking for, I ain't mad at it. So she's on your side. And then Lord of Leon said, with that in mind, fellas, never settle. These women raise their standards, raise yours. And settling for us looks different for women. Shout out to Kendra. You look amazing. Thank you, Lord of Leon. Okay.
I
Esther
mean,
said,
when, first of all, that doesn't make sense. Men have never settled.
why do
Men,
you say that?
men, they don't settle. They go for, and this is the problem, because there could be a man who didn't deserve an awesome, I'm not going to curse, an awesome woman. And but that awesome woman gives him a chance, and now he feels like, oh well, these are the type of women that I can get because I've gotten one of these. And they just shoot higher and higher and higher. Men, especially black men, they're born with audacity. And so I'm not really sure where this whole narrative comes from, that men have been settling in the past and now they need to raise their standards. Your standards have already been higher than what you've even, deserved all this time. So humble yourself, King.
Humble yourself, King.
I'm gonna stop because Kendra is just gonna allow this nonsense to go on. What she's doing right now is gaslighting. She's saying that black men have the audacity. No, woman, you have the audacity. You're the one with 4 kids saying that you want a man that makes more than 150K, and you never had a man that made more than 150K. You were married twice. You're divorced twice. Chances are something's wrong with you. Okay? And what is he getting in exchange for you having 4 kids? You look good. You showed the Kendrick cam. You showed your body. You look good. Newsflash, let me tell you something. Men, we've always got attractive women, whether it was us making 150K or we're just good-looking men to begin with. And so it just shows to me that black women don't understand the men that they want. If you want a high-value man, you better understand who that is. Look at P. Diddy. Okay, I know he did some awful things, but just look at the scenario. He had a lot of money and kids, right? And he dated a woman that had no kids, that was young and beautiful. Okay? That's a trend. So this idea that you're going to get a man, and I get that she wants a man with kids, so the kids can play with her kids, and I guess it doesn't make her feel like weird, but it's all about her preferences. She wants this, she wants this, she wants this. She wants. Does she ever ask herself for 1 second, what does a man want? Because he definitely doesn't want to be the paying the household bills like she's referring to, which is her nice way of saying that she wants a high value man to be a stepdaddy. No high value man that makes 150K works so hard to take care of your 4 kids and get none in return. So what really is in it for him? That's what girls need to figure out. What's in it for him to marry you with 4 kids? What's so special about you that a man would turn his eyes away from a woman that has no kids or even less kids? Let's say 1 kid compared to 4. Because the reality of what I see here is that she's going to be time impoverished, right? I mean, I get some of her kids are older. She's 118, 114, 113, 16. But the 6-year-old's going to need time. The 13-year-old's going to need time. The 14-year-old's going to need time. So she doesn't have that much time to give you. She wants you to make all this money, and all you get is an attractive woman that's barely there. And it costs you a lot of money. So she is the one with the audacity. She wants way more than she actually deserves. Not the opposite way around.
Esther said, "Hi Kendra, I watch your show all the time, love it. I wonder, do these women know the type of job or the amount of person has to make per hour in order to make 100K?" So I hear this a lot. They want to know. I mean, you said you went to Harvard, or you going to Harvard?
I'm a Harvard graduate student right now.
Okay, you're a Harvard graduate student. So I'm assuming you know of men in these salary ranges. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the question is, and this is a question a lot. They want to know, do women think of men who actually, or do they even know the professions of men that make 100K or more? But if you went to Harvard, my assumption is you know plenty.
Most people date within their social circle. So if you have to really try to find, if it's really difficult for you to find a man who makes over 6 figures, change your circle. Same thing for me. Like, I don't have a lot of men that I'm around right now who are just, 7-figure, or 8-figure men. I want to elevate my circle. So as far as 150K is really low for the men that I'm around. And so, yeah, it's not difficult to find those men for me.
So, okay. So the men that you're around, you don't want to date any of them?
Oh, no, I'm open to it. I just, my last relationship was in December.
Okay.
And so I'm in therapy. I'm still in therapy, and I'm probably going to be in therapy for the next 5 years. It's really good, to just be able to talk things out, and not give so much, not put so much of your baggage on your friends and your families. And so now I said, during the summertime, I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to start dating again. So this is what I'm doing.
Okay, and I'm listening intently. So, although you're around the six-figure man, you said that you want to elevate. So you really want a man in the seven, eight-figure range.
Yes, because I'm going to be there.
Ooh, don't play with Shaw, honey. Child, I don't even know these questions. We done got tangent. Y'all tonight, I'm confusing my own damn way. Oh.
Listen, she is by far delusional. She thinks because if she earns 7 and 8 figures, that she deserves a man that earns equally to her. Let's get a news flash. Let's look at history. Oprah Winfrey never dated a man that makes as much money as her. Right now, we have Nicki Minaj not dating a man that makes as much money as her. Mary J. Blige didn't marry a man making as much money as her. Halle Berry is not dating a man or wasn't married to a man that makes as much money as her. A lot of successful women don't date men that earn more than them, because a lot of men that earn more than you, if he's earning $1 million a year, why does he want a single mama for? And if your only thing she has to offer is her looks, does she know that there's many women that look beautiful and as more attractive than she does, because she's attractive, more attractive than she does, with no kids, so they could be around you 24/7. And that's the thing. Just because you earn as much as a man, ladies, doesn't mean you qualify for that man. I don't know why you think that's our metric. That is not our metric. That is your metric. A lot of the issues in the black community as far as dating goes is that black women don't understand black men and black men don't understand black women. So I don't know if she wants a black man or not, but the guy she's talking about is not only less than 10%, because men that make 6 figures is less than 10%. Now she wants 7, 8 figures. She wants a top 1% man, and she has 4 kids. And she thinks that we're the delusional ones. Any man that dates her has to be, I guess she doesn't see it this way, is going to be settling for her. So we've raised a lot of these women to think that they deserve the world. They deserve everything. She has main character syndrome. She doesn't see the world as a place that she has empathy for, because everyone's experiencing life just like she is. She looks at life as it's all about her. She's the middle of the universe. Nothing else matters. If she don't care about it, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't work that way. Kendra G, who's, by the way, is another leftover woman just like this woman is. I'm assuming she's not pushing back at her at all, because this girl is probably more smarter than her, and she's more attractive than Kendra G. Kendra G needs all these wigs and makeup and stuff, and she still looks average. I won't lie. This girl here, Shaw, I think her name is, she's far more attractive than Kendra G, and she has somewhat of a natural hairstyle with some weird-ass clip-on wig behind her. But you can see her hair her natural hair is probably just laid back, and she has this little clip-on bun thing that runs long that looks goofy as all hell. I think she should just rock her natural hair. But that's why I'm thinking Kendra G's not pushing back on her, because they know how women rank each other. They rank each other between looks, right? This chick is far more attractive than Kendra G. So Kendra G is like, oh, whatever you say makes sense, girl. She don't want to beef with this girl because she don't want that girl come for her whatsoever. But I'm going to come for her, right? Because I would not date this girl. You know what I'm saying? I see myself as an 8-figure man. Am I there now? No, but I'm going to be there. Guys, subscribe to my channel. Help me achieve these dreams so I can not only talk this shit, walk this shit. But seriously, she is not qualified for the man she wants. And she thinks we have the audacity. She's delusional. It's the pot calling the kettle black. This is gaslighting. Men, be aware of this, but I don't even need to warn high-value men of this. They already know. They already know that they're not going for a girl like this. They're going to go younger and more attractive. Look, Robert De Niro just had a child with a woman that's in her early 20s. He's damn near 80. You know what I'm saying? Does she realize that he's the kind of man, I guess you could say, that she'd want? Older, has his own kids that are grown already, and he still chooses younger. So I'm going to just let these girls talk themselves to death because they just really don't know.
Someone wants me to say this. Thomas B said, trust me, the slaves knew that they were enslaved. For you to repeat that nonsense near Juneteenth is ignorant. So I guess the analogy you made about black women not realizing that they were a slave because of the men they were choosing. I think it's response to that statement.
Well, I think that that person, Thomas B, doesn't understand history, and that's okay. Not everyone likes to read, so I'll stop there.
All right. What was my last question that I asked you, child? I'm supposed to be out here hosting the show. Oh, I don't even remember my damn questions, child. You done did the Kendra Cam. We done did the Kendra Cam right away to let y'all know what it is.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
No, I think did I answer your deal? Did I ask you your deal breakers? I don't think we got to the.
Yes, because I said my deal breaker would be a man who can't afford to live the lifestyle.
Okay, so we're still kind of early. Should the guy look a certain way?
I would like for him to be, 5'9". I have dated mostly black men in my past. I'm open to any race. That's pretty, and he has to just be attractive. And if you're an attractive person, if you go out and you get looks all the time, you're an attractive person. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't have certain features or anything like that.
Okay. Now, should he make a certain amount of money? We already got there. We already did that. And shit, we did the Kendra Cam too. You want to do it again? Let me ask for this time. You want time for the Kendra Cam? Let's get up round 2. You do look good, girl. We can tell you keep it together. Okay. You look good.
I mean, she got a nice body. I'm not gonna hate on her. She got, she's a nice butt. She got a nice body. She's slim, so she can get fucked. But that's about it. She's trying to get a millionaire, and all she's bringing to the table is body. Which, by the way, you can't even have in your bed every night unless you marry her and live with her 4 knucklehead kids under your roof. Which, by the way, you got to pay for. So she really is an overpriced used car. I'm sorry to say, overpriced. You know what I'm saying? To me, she looks above average, but because she has 4 kids and she's divorced twice, she's average. So an average girl wanting a millionaire, because she thinks we have the audacity. It is funny. Kendra, y'all should just marry her, Kendra, because you're so impressed by her. You make, I'm sure, more than $150K a year. Why don't you marry her? And you guys could be both attractive people together. Because if you look at the long list she gave, I want an attractive man. He's making 8 figures. He already has been married and had kids, and if he has kids, he had to marry the baby mom, because if he didn't marry the baby mom, oh no, I'm not going to deal with that. Like, all these rules. That means she wouldn't date someone, let's not say Diddy, because I guess a lot of people won't marry Diddy now because, of his video with Cassie, but she wouldn't marry someone like Diddy. I guess she wouldn't marry someone like Trey Songz. She wouldn't marry someone like Halle Bailey's baby father, DDG. You know what I'm saying? He's younger, though, too. But he got a kid, and he didn't marry the mother of his child, and he makes more than 150K. So let's really paint this out for her. She wants an attractive man that makes millions. And what the hell is he getting in return? An older woman that still maintained her figure. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up. These women are batting far in their league, and they want us to believe we want too much.
When was your last relationship, Shaw?
It ended in December of last year.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
December of last year.
Okay. Are you waiting for a relationship?
That's the goal.
Okay.
Yes.
3 flaws you have to work on.
I work too much, and
what I tell you, time poverty. You won't see her. She works too much. Let's let her finish. You just won't see her. So you got an attractive girl that won't be around, but you got to take care of her 4 kids. So it's costing you a ton. You know what I'm saying? You got to marry her and all that bullshit.
What I've learned now is that the more money people make, the less they actually work. And so I'm trying to get to that point so that I don't have to work so much, because it can take away from, especially building a new relationship and nurturing a new relationship. I don't have a lot of time for it right now. So I'm trying to, I've made some space in my life where I can not work as much. I also, go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead.
And I also, I don't shy away from confrontation. So I would need a man who doesn't buckle.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Well, I'll say this: no matter how any of my relationships, no matter how much or how bad any of my relationships have ended, whether it is like a good term or a bad term, they have always walked away better people. Their finances have increased significantly. They have become more educated. Their lives look incredibly better than it did before I entered their lives. That's what I have to offer a man.
But you're not doing that. He's doing that on his own. Isn't that funny? The men she dates, they make more money, they become smarter, and then they leave her. So they're going to choose someone better than her because she wants a man that doesn't buckle. Because she could be according to her, she works so much, so you never see her. And then when she is around, she's going to give you attitude and push back at you, a.k.a. she's masculine, but she is feminine presenting. I give her credit. I'm attracted to her. I'm just say it straight up. I'm attracted to her. I would marry someone that looks like her. But I wouldn't marry her because of her circumstance. But you're not lucky to be with her. You're unlucky because you get mouth, you get a bill, and you get an older woman. There really is no plus sides. She really doesn't know the options that men have in 2024. In 2024, when there's Instagram, TikTok, social media, if you're a wealthy man and you're attractive, as she's describing the man she wants, the world's your oyster. You could date overseas. You could date in America, fuck it. But if you want to, you could go overseas. You go Colombia, Thailand, Dominican Republic. In fact, it's probably better off to stay. The man she wants, the 50-year-old, I guess, old soul man that she wants that has older kids, a lot of them are traveling overseas, buying property in different countries. So they're passport bros. They're not getting married. And they're just enjoying their life. They don't want to be tied down to someone. They don't choose women like this. People don't get rich. They don't keep themselves in shape, stay attractive, and marry single moms with attitudes that think that they're on your level because they make money. I really want women to understand your money doesn't mean nothing to us. It's, I guess, an added benefit, but it's not an added benefit unless you're taking care of us. And most men, we don't want to be taken care of. The man that she will really appeal to, she doesn't even want. She could really appeal to a man making $50K a year and he got, let's say, one child that's like 13 years old. She could appeal to a man like that because she could elevate his life. But she don't want to elevate a man's life. She wants a man to elevate her life. And what does he get in return? Nothing. I can't stress this, that they don't understand that we get nothing out of this shit. It's a lose-lose. But it's a win for her and it's a lose for us.
Shaw, we got some more questions. You ready for them?
Let's get it.
Okay, let's get it. This man spent $20. Let me just go to him because he spent $20. Aggie Foot Fan 87 said, a single man who makes $150K is a 0.8% to 1.9% man. A man like that has better options than a 35 plus 4-time single man. You are still single.
Why are you still single?
Why are you still single?
Again, I just left a relationship in December. And the only people who start quoting those statistics are people who don't actually make that amount of money. So I don't really need anyone who has to count their pennies in their bank account to try to tell me what a man who makes over 150K a year desires, because I don't have a problem getting the type of men that I'm interested in dating or mating with or marrying. So
if y'all ain't learned tonight,
that is a lie. You're on this show. That is a lie. You definitely have a hard time. You came to Kendra G single, and you said you wait till sometime to date. That means you date. Let's just average this out. She had a relationship last year, 6 months ago. So you get one relationship every 6 months. You're 36. You're going to be 37. You're very close to 40. You really think the time is in your favor? Someone needs to tell these women they're crazy. She's crazy. She has an attitude. She thinks she could say something smart and then that it's all fixed. You said absolutely nothing. You didn't disprove his point. A man that she's describing is a top 1% man. Why would he choose you over all his options? A lot of his options don't have children. I'm just really lost as to why he would choose you.
Y'all keep typing and paying for questions if you want to. But if y'all ain't know tonight, every cousin that came on this show tonight, they ready to read you down to the ground. So just know, Just know you can say what you want, but
They can say what they want, but it doesn't matter.
She already said that she's not backing down. Okay, Miss Blessed Tish said the economy back then was not like it is now, so your standards are on point. Don't settle. She's saying don't settle.
From a woman saying that, a woman saying don't settle. Of course.
Okay.
Yo, this has to be studied. All these delusional women, like what happens when they're 50s. I want to see an update on her 10 years from now. I want to see it. So I'm glad I'm making this video because I want to see, did she get the millionaire that she thinks she deserves? Did she get Sierra's prayer? I want to see.
And
by the way, you guys, all these women want Sierra's prayer. Prayer. All y'all want Sierra's prayer, but Sierra gave Russell Wilson children. I believe 3. So it's not like she just showed up and said, take care of me and all my children. She had 1 child with Future, and now she has more kids with Russell Wilson. He only had to adopt 1 child or like take care of 1 additional child. And by the way, Sierra's a millionaire and she's a superstar. So she definitely has a lot more appeal than this woman.
In the 250,000 range, I understand. Okay. Jasmine said, this is a man, said, Kendra, ask her, does she understand the sacrifices a man has to make to get to 150K to 200K range?
Let me say something really quickly. So, like I said earlier, my youngest son will be attending a college preparatory boarding school in the fall. And going through that process has really taught me a lot about life. The path that we believe it takes to get to 150K or 200K is not necessarily the path that most of the people who ends up in that price range, like for their annual income, they don't take that same path. It's like you don't know what you know until you know it. And so a lot of these people have not struggled and, had to, labor laboriously and do all of these things to get, to that price range. They took a certain path that unfortunately many Black people are not privy to. But when you become privy to that path, you realize that it's not as difficult as you may assume that it is. And so when men get that amount of money and they're around women like me, they're not saying, oh my gosh, you have 4 kids. I'd sacrifice all of this. And now I don't want to, marry a woman like you with all these kids. They're like, how the fuck did you make this much money and do it with 4 kids? Because there's no way I could have done it. And
we do not say that. What are you talking about? We don't say how the fuck you did all this before. Listen, as impressive as a feat that is for you, and I'm not saying it's not impressive, that doesn't make us want to be with you. Again, women are conflating their desires for a man with our desires. Please listen to the men. We don't care about this. That's why it's no surprise that the men are commenting one thing and the women commenting another. And the women commenting, go girl, don't settle. One lady said she made $250K a year, but she only tipped $1.99. So if you believe that, yeah, take that, take that to the bank. Because it's not like no one tips $100 on YouTube. Oh no one tips $100 on YouTube. Shit, I done made videos that months later someone left me a tip on it and it was more than $1.99. So fuck out of here with that. But what he's saying is like, it's not easy to become this top 1-2% man. She's saying, oh, it is easy. I go in prep school, it is easy. It's just a different path. We're not privy to it. Girl, I don't care. Your son's in preparatory school. That is no guarantee he's going to make $200K a year. I'm just saying. You don't got to, because there's a lot of men in America that's not choosing that route that make $200K a year. You just got to choose a job that pays that kind of money, realistically. Or start a business and make that kind of money if your business is successful or not. So she's trying to downplay how hard it is and, it's not that hard. Then how come everyone's not doing it? Listen, I got a fit body. I really don't think it's that hard, but a lot of people don't do it. And so what that teaches me about that, because that's unusual for other people, is that discipline for most people is not easy. Most people will sacrifice their body, their health for pleasure, right? They'll sacrifice their body and their health for pleasure, meaning that they'll eat something that tastes delicious that's going to cost them their health and it'll cost them the way their body appears. And they'll do it 9 out of 10 times, 9.9 out of 10 times. With someone like me, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I drink Lots of water. I eat only vegetables. I don't eat any meat. I don't eat any dairy. I know people got to think about that. But listen, we say protein, protein, protein. We really should be saying fiber, fiber, fiber. Where are you getting your fiber from? Not where are you getting your protein from. But I digress. The reality of it is that I made these sacrifices and I use this discipline to have the body that I desire, want, and I want to live a long life, and I want to die from old age. Not I don't die from deaths that are avoidable, such as cancer, heart disease, strokes, and the whole nine. So yeah, this is really impressive to me. I'm learning a lot. What I'm learning is that so many women in her shoes, they think the exact same way. And so many men in our shoes, we think the exact same way. We think two different ways. Women think if I make enough money, I deserve a man that makes more money. Men think if I make enough money, I deserve a woman that has no kids and she's younger. That's just the way we think. It's in odds with each other. And so if a lot of women understood this, they would stop chasing the bag. And what they'll chase is their youth, their health, and they'll try to secure a high value man and let that be their only husband long term. She got 2 baby daddies. She's adopted a kid. It's a whole mess. And she thinks someone wants to just be rich and pick up after this. Just because men don't say this to your face doesn't mean we're not thinking this. I agree. She probably doesn't hear that from men because you know why? We will lie to you just to sleep with you and then kick you to the side of the road. That's why you're trying to hold yourself, preserve yourself from 6 months. That's why. I'm just, I'm going to let the video rock. This is fun for me, but it's like someone has to learn. I want my daughter, if I ever have a daughter, God forbid, not that I have anything against daughters, but I just think women are going to be challenges to raise because they're going to have other women like this out here that they're going to listen to more than someone like me, maybe a father. That's my fear. They're going to listen to society more than they listen to their daddy. But if I do have a daughter, I want her to watch videos like this, and I want to sit down with her and tell her, like, this is not how men think. You got to not follow this narrative that women keep putting out there that don't have the results. She's doing all this, but what's her results? All the talking she's doing, what's her results? I'm talking shit, but I'm a YouTuber. I have no kids. I'm college educated. I got a fit body. I'm attractive. I am a desirable man. It is what it is. The only thing I need to get to is the money, and I'm getting to the money by making this video. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making good money already. I'm making 70,000+ a year. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I'm trying to take that to 700,000 a year. That is what it is. But let's let her finish it. The video's almost over, and then it's been going good so far. So let's just let it rock out and see what else she got to say.
Please see me as a prize, and they see me as an anomaly because I actually went down the path that most of the people on this show probably thinks that it takes to get there. So I understand the question, but that's just not the case for a lot of the people in America who are in the 150 to 200K range and above, especially when they're not Black. And I'm not just, I'm open to dating non-Black men as well.
Okay, so all races or just non-Black men and maybe one race?
All races.
All races. So I will say this to that because it seems like you have the circle, and I said this before. Granted, you are in the world of the men that you're describing according to what you're telling me, but I always tell women if they are in those worlds, you should be considering those men are options because you have the first, that is your first pool. So I think I asked this earlier, but it seems like you're surrounded by all these great men. So then one would say, why call me?
My ex-partner is also in my same social circle. Okay. And so, yeah, I've just been taking my time. Again, I'm newly single. So it's not like I've been around these men for 3, 4, 5 years and no one wanted me or that I didn't want them either. It's that I'm newly single. My ex-partner is in my same social circle. And so, I'm just casting my net a little bit wider.
Okay. Ty Shine says she's very beautiful, gorgeous skin. I can definitely see her attracting that man.
Thank you.
Okay.
But there's beautiful women that have no kids. That's what I'm trying to say. The what she's trading on it exists. It's so abundantly in the world. It's hard to miss it. Beautiful women are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. So when women try to trade on their beauty, they got to understand it's not rare. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are more attractive than the average woman, but that doesn't make you above average, because if you got kids and you're divorced, you're already average or below average automatically. You gotta see it that way. Listen, this is why the best thing for a lot of women to do is stay with your husband. Stop trying to come back on a dating marketplace looking for more. Look at Tia Mowry. She got divorced from Corey Hardrick or whatever his name is. She hasn't found no success. So what's she saying? All these men, all they want is sex, so da da da, boom de boom. And she has way more rich men she's around, and no one seems to be rushing to wife her up. I wonder why. Because those same men that she's around could date a beautiful woman that no one knows that has no kids. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And we let this woman come on Kendra G's show and she just lies. It just lies. I don't know. Can anyone help me here? Like, do you guys agree? Comment below what you guys think about this. I think this is absolute absurdity. And I want to see where this woman life is in the next 10 years. You know, I'm going to be in my 40s by then, so it is going to be interesting to see that, me keeping up with this. But, you know, she's talking like she got all the solutions, all the answers. I want to see proof of concept, because let me tell you something. You don't got to make a $150K to date a beautiful woman. I've dated women as attractive as her with no kids, you know what I'm saying, and younger, and I made less money. So why would a man who makes millions is going to take less than a dude who barely had a college degree at the time, you know, is getting? You got to understand that. Like, when we rank men between the hierarchy, the more money you got as a man, you want to be able to get attractive, more desirable women than younger men. I just don't, she doesn't see that. Like, she's attractive. I'm like, I'll say it to her. I'll give her credit, but it ain't enough. That ain't enough. So what do you guys think about this? Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs. I really appreciate you. If you like me doing Kendra G videos, I'll do some more of them. I know you guys loved when I did Kevin Samuels videos. But you know, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, passed away, so I can't really do his videos anymore because it's just a limited supply. But Kendra G, she's alive. She's trying to take over. And maybe I'll do a video like, I'll do live kind of call-in shows like this in the future. I don't know. I'll see. But you got to help me grow to get there. So check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys over there.